Dice fans, here we are. We just watched round 1 of the Achievement League. Here we are with round 2. It's gonna be awesome. We've got Drew versus Kim. Supposedly, there was some trouncing in round 1. There was some achievement grabbing. There was some all around excitement. So I'm ready, pumped for round 2. Take it away. Give us a show, fam.
Do you want to roll psychics, Drew?
Yeah, we can do that.
So,
1.
it looks
I've
to me
got 2.
like Drew is playing a little bit of a
All right.
beholder with the 6 cost global hella.
Globals, I've got a bunch of them. I've got the Billy.
He's playing the beholder that when fielded,
The mask.
you can use 2 globals
Got
for
the
free.
Hella global to pay 6.
Pretty cool.
Turn target die.
Buck Rogers in the chat. What is good, Buck Rogers? Welcome back.
That opponent then
One of the lone subscribers. We got Bodie and Buck Rogers in the chat, holding it down for the subscribers tonight.
The new Clayface global.
How is your Tuesday going?
And then Bill in this pact.
Let me change it back
A lot of
here.
masks.
So lots of mask globals, which makes sense with multiple man out
I
there.
have-
Yo, Jordo, what is good? They are achieving to the best of their abilities.
You can move it to your prep area, pay a shield, parallax. It's a reroll. It's a
Yeah.
generic. Thor, pay a bolt.
Pay 1 generic for the crack tax. Ross, I just want to say the hair is fantastic
And
tonight.
the
Oh,
Montana one,
I really worked extra hard on it tonight.
per turn.
Appreciate you noticing.
Target die up a level.
What is it even? Is it just? Oh man,
Okay.
wow. It's just extra flowy and sticky and
Oh, yeah,
and
sorry, I got another
everything.
one.
Just
Pay
everything.
mask and spin one of your character dice down a level. Just spin another one up a level.
Oh, okay.
So mutation, pretty good. Look at it. Would you just look at it?
Gotcha. I'm gonna re-roll.
Just like I tell my
All of
students
that.
every day. I ask them, do you ever wake up in the morning and just kind of have fear that you're not
Oh.
yourself anymore? And you go take a good look in the mirror and you have that sigh of relief of like, ah, good, still me. They don't really get it, but. All right, looking at Drew's turn here, I imagine he's going to be trying to buy a whole bunch of
Go ahead and pay
multiple mans here. But without any mass, that's going to be pretty hard.
3 for
3 for a truce? Yeah, reach for the
and
truce.
I will pass. Turn to you.
For those that don't know, truce says you KO 2 of your target characters, and your opponent must KO 2 of their target characters, which is pretty darn cool.
Much better.
These black sidekicks that came in the Justice box, so cool.
And I will sit on that
So,
question
so
mark,
cool.
composite priority tune, and turn.
Sitting on a question mark, probably for... Actually, I don't know what that's for. Oh, probably PXG. So PXG over here on Drew's side. So it's going to be a lot of mask keeping going on in this game.
Keep this, so I'm gonna spin that to a mask with the Billy.
If people are looking to get a get into Dice Masters, let me just short plug here for WizKids. If you're looking to get into the game, I would recommend buying the Avengers Infinity box and the new Justice box that just came out, along with the team packs. The Infinity box is a great sort of starter intro to the game. Lots of basics in that box, but still like some really good staples.
I will.
The
put
Justice
that
box that just came out is
once,
is
bring that back to-
awesomely powerful.
And then I will pass.
So if you're looking to supplement the Infinity box, skip Infinity, just buy Justice. Yeah, I just say for new players, Infinity is a great box to buy. First off, because it's very cheap at this point. Secondly, it has some pretty good baseline stuff in it.
Sir X.
But Justice would definitely
Old one.
expand
Okay,
your
on your team,
horizons
you have
into
the
what
X
is
and
possible in
X.
this game. Some really crazy stuff in that
Oh,
new
yeah.
box. And you get
Yeah,
these
the
really cool
red
black
one,
sidekicks
the
like
one.
Kim is using right
So I was
now.
like, wait, that picture looks familiar, but which one is it?
Nope. Sorry for that.
That's alright.
Oh yeah,
Reep.
I definitely do.
I don't know what the sorry's all about. Have to investigate later. Oh, I'm out of water again. Oh, Pickle Rick.
Okay, I am going to buy a Grey Hunter.
Gray Hunter. Maybe it's the deadly one. Can't see the card text because of the
I will feel the
Google
psychic.
Hangouts jazz.
I will pass priority to you.
Kim is Canadian. We always say sorry.
30 energy.
So,
to
I mean,
Professor X
that's so
over
kind.
sidekicks.
That's so kind. And I'm glad that I got affiliate Canadian status for this month so that I could be
Empty.
at least an associate piece of DM North. Big ups to Jordo in the chat. He's the one that organized this whole achievement league. Wrote all the achievements. Wrote all of the promo materials.
Reroll.
Made the logos.
these.
Did the legwork. Here we are just enjoying the fruits of your labor. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Drew's got one multiple man out, which is clutch for the swarm keyword. Gotta have one in the field for swarm to trigger.
Hey, you roll 10 dice. Achievement unlocked. No, I'm
Yeah, you
kidding, because you
can't do
can't. I know you're a professor.
Achievement unlocked, and then
Oh, I did it.
No professor.
no Professor X to get that achievement. That is going to be a tough achievement. I'm excited to see people try to tackle that.
Multiple man.
Hope everyone enjoys it. I mean, so far it has been nothing but a blast, so thank you again.
Then I'm going to spend 4 energy to buy Beholder.
Beholder, again, we've talked about this die before. It says when fielded, use 2 different global abilities for free. Also, the stats on Beholder for a 4 cost. Let's find it real quick. Beholder, the 4 cost that says. Sorry, his stats are 4, 3, 5, 4, and 6, 5. For a 4 cost, it only has a 1 total fielding cost, which is absurd for those sorts of stats.
4 energy to buy a Raven.
On top of that, having such a good ability, it's just all like everything is good about that character card and dice combo.
And then I will pass turn.
Drew passes turn, keeps a mask for what I assume is a PXG on Kim's turn. Kim PXG's two sidekicks to her prep area, pulls 4 from the bag, and let's see where she goes from here. Gets a Yanti and an Ant-Man. I like the combination of the Infinity Ant-Man and the, what is that, AVX Ant-Man? Someone's going to correct me. Previous Ant-Man dice that are the same, just different colors. Seeing as you only get 2 of those from the Infinity box, when you might just want more, you know? Looks like Ant-Man and Yanti are on character faces, which is good news. The not great news is that Kim would love to have dice in her use pile so she can use Professor X Global. It's going to be hard to do that and
Blob.
keep masks. Buys a blob, which is the common blob, I
Field
think.
Ant-Man for free.
Captures all sidekicks when fielded.
3 for 1. I'll pass priority to you.
Okay, I'm going to spend a mask for the Clayface Global.
Clayface Global instead.
2 mask side.
Solid.
And then I'm going to
And
spend
then,
a 2 mask to Professor X twice.
That is so
And
gross.
pass back.
Turn
Okay.
1 mask into 4 sidekicks.
Okay.
1 mask
It is empty.
into 4 sidekicks. My lighting gets all weird when I do that, but I still think it's super funny. Beholder on its character face. Looks like the action, which is Truce, did not come up, which is fine, I think. Although he'd like Truce to roll here, that way he can KO his own Beholder and use it again next turn. I imagine he's going to use Beholder to use the rare Hella Global, which says pay 6 generic, return a character to its card.
Okay, I'm going to spend...
The good news for Kim is that she only has 2 cost characters. Oh, and a 3 cost. 2 and 3 cost characters in her field, so it's not going to be hugely detrimental to have those returned to the card.
And
It is going to slow down her win con, though.
I'm going to spend 2 energy. Ooh, 2 energy to buy multiple man.
Multiple man again, which could be clay-faced in for ultra value.
4 energy to buy
Another beholder. Super duper duper good card.
and I'm gonna field beholder, and I'm gonna use.
See what he chooses to
first
use
global,
here.
I'm gonna use the Thor globals just
So,
to discount the action by
Action by 2. Yeah.
2. Okay, so I'm gonna use that one for the first global, and then I'm gonna use the clay face for the second global.
nice.
Bring that
So
down, it's like
creating 2 masks
2
for
masks back.
free there. And now
Then
actions are reduced by
I'm gonna
2.
Spend 1. No, 2. No, just 1 to buy.
Gonna buy another truce. The idea being,
and I will
with between the Hella Global
pass
and the
priority
truce, Kim's field is gonna be pretty
Actually, no,
thin.
I'm gonna attack with, pass priority first. Sorry.
Priority pass to
I got it.
Kim.
Sorry, pass back.
Nope.
She's got
And then I'm
nothing.
gonna attack
Back to
with the
Drew.
5
Attacks
beholder.
with Beholder on 5-4.
I will block it with my psychic.
Chump
Okay.
blocks with the sidekick.
And
Over to Kim.
4 in my bag.
Gets the Gray Hunter. Again, another 2-cost die, which is good. Kind of dissuades Drew from using the Hella Global. Not super hella strong when it's only used on a 2-cost.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like Gray Hunter not coming out this turn. But lots of energy to spend here. Especially those masks are important for PXG. She does have Parallax. She could pay 1 generic to re-roll any die in her reserve pool or field zone. I would imagine that's not necessarily part of the game plan currently. The other thing to note is that Gray Hunter has double affiliation, which could be exploited by the team up, which we see as the green action on Kim's team. Pretty cool. Team up, for those who don't know, is a super cool action that says each of your character die get 1+1/+1 for each different affiliation among your active characters. So essentially it's a field buff
Bolt.
for everybody.
I'm going to buy team up for 2. I'm just going to spin this down to 1.
There we go. Using the Thor Global,
Spend that for 2.
buys a team up, which again is the direction she's headed.
Do I want to hold on here? Let me.
Yanti, Ant-Man, and Gray Hunter,
Okay, yeah.
and Blob. That is just, that's already so many different affiliations.
Just thinking how.
The problem here is that,
This is crazy. I'm just thinking. I've never played with it yet, so I'm just.
yeah, Clayface is definitely one of those things where it's like if you haven't thought through how good it is, you don't really know. But as soon as you start thinking about turning 1 energy, again, we saw turning 1 energy.
nope, just
Could be any.
You can change
die.
1 energy into
Yeah,
4
double
sidekicks with PXG. That is
Yeah.
gross. That is the definition of ultra ramp shenanigans.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll pass priority.
I'm gonna spend
1.
mask to Professor X. I'm gonna spend 2 masks to do it 1 and again.
So he didn't even need Clayface Global there because didn't have enough sidekicks in his use pile. He could have paid 1 mask to move that double mask into his reserve pool and used it twice again. But didn't even need it. Pulls Raven and multiple man. Does get 1 swarm. Raven on character side. Beholder on character face. Sidekick. Spoiler alert.
Okay, I'm going to
Decisions.
reroll these.
So keeping all the masks makes sense. I would imagine Drew reaches for a lantern ring here soon. He's got a lot of different mask characters. He's also got a lot of generation of masks. So
I'm
lantern
gonna
ring's going to hit
spend
pretty hard.
1 energy.
Pay 1 to field Raven.
Raven. And then I'm gonna field the Beholder, and the first global I'm gonna use is the Hella Global.
All right.
So I'm going to choose your Ant-Man to return him to the card.
Ant-Man returned to the card like it never
And
happened.
Since I have
That's
the
negative
Raven
value
out,
for you guys
all
playing along at home.
characters are masks. You can't target any of them.
So Raven says that Drew's mask characters and Teen Titans can't be targeted
Second
by the opponent. Second global going to be used is, I would say,
I'm going to use
I mean, maybe he buys another multiple man, then Clay faces it.
I'm going to use the Villainous Pack Global.
Villainous Pack Global to prep 1 die, which is a
I'm gonna
truce.
field the 3 sidekicks. Then I'm going to
Spend 4 on a ring.
another
Keep 1 mask.
4 energy for
Another Beholder. Because why not?
and then pass priority over to you.
Because why not? Beholder hits like a truck.
Okay.
It removes
Let me
things
see
from
if
the
I can do
field.
this. So if I Professor X,
There you go. Now you can Clayface to get double masks.
so if I use this, the Clayface, then I can move this character to double, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Nicely done.
To make sure I don't take
And then
any
PXG
effect.
3 times. Get all your sidekicks.
And then if I spin one of these down, Professor X again.
Nice. Got a Professor X with the actual sidekick
And if
first, I think, here.
I Professor X again.
Oh. Other way around.
And
Could have got all the sidekicks.
one more time.
But it's okay. I mean, it was one
Yeah, I
sidekick.
think I did it.
We did it, Reddit.
I'm gonna take back burn. Alright, pass back.
Oh, not going to take bag burn. Ah,
And
smarter than me. Smarter than
I'm
me.
going to
What do you want?
attack
Attacking with lots of
Okay.
stuff.
everything.
There's only one blocker for Kim.
Okay, so beholders are on.
Okay, so this is a 5-4, a 4-3, and then everything else is a 1-1.
5, 4. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 if she lets this all through.
So I will block your
You don't really want the beholders to be cycled.
highest beholder. Sorry, your highest beholder.
So you either want to bounce them back to the field
My
zone,
Yanti,
or you want to let them through.
and I will be taking 4, 8, 9.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, and then during the global stage,
Mhm.
I spin that to a mask.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend the mask to bring in a beholder,
Huh.
the 2 masks. So then
Classic.
you take
8.
4, 5,
8
6,
instead.
7, 8. Yep.
Kim down to 12.
Then Yanti's KO'd.
Yanti gets KO'd by blocking the beholder.
And this is all I have. Is for my bag.
So Blob's going to be interesting here.
Rolling all
That is one of the reasons Drew
Look,
attacked
I'm
with all of
rolling
his
10
sidekicks.
Yep.
I suppose the
I didn't think I
achievement
would do that.
still works out if you didn't yourself bring Professor X.
Okay.
Jordo, if you correct me if I'm wrong. I think if you did not bring Professor X yourself or any of the other cards that were not allowed, then you still get that achievement, possibly? Question? Maybe it means not using it at all. I don't know. I don't know. You can't make use of PXG. Gotcha. So you can't use PXG at all, whether or not you were the one that brought it. So Kim not going to get that achievement after all. I think she was saying that facetiously anyway. But
Yeah, the rolling 10 dice, though, I don't think will count since you used PXG to get it.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, see? So Blob rolls, but there's no sidekicks out, which is sad. We do have team up though, so those extra 2 affiliations from the Blob are going to be pretty critical here. This is actually going to get pretty rowdy very quickly because of team up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 affiliations, I think. Although I don't think Evil or Adventurer are an affiliation. I think Monsters are an affiliation, so maybe Yanti's only 1 affiliation. There's going to be an attune damage. And Yanti can't be blocked. So right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, affiliations in the field. Yanti can't be blocked, and Drew has 2 blockers. Now, what Kim might not have experimented with yet is that you can Clayface. So let's pretend she buys a character here. Clayface it into the reserve pool, and then use Parallax to re-roll it onto a character's side. So, in theory, you could buy an Ant-Man. Sorry, one to field, I think. Maybe 2 to field if the Blob is on. So, 1 to field, she's talking about 4 energy. Spend 3 on Ant-Man, 1 for Clayface, and then you can Parallax, twice to try to get Ant-Man into the field, which would maybe be worth it at this point.
Can I risk enough to do this?
But some shenanigans that have are budding, right? Let's see what happens. Sorry, let me think through this again. 3 energy for Ant-Man, 1 to Clayface, and then you could actually.
Risky business here.
Oh, it's about to get crazy. The Paracrax.
Feel my psychic.
Here we go.
Feel that for 0. Feel Yanti for 1.
All right, 1 for Yanti. I think it's 1 for the Blob as well. So maybe there's only 1 energy to Parallax with.
Feel Blob for 2.
Oh, Blob on his fat side. So really no energy. Have to buy a 2 cost. There aren't any 2 costs that would give any more affiliations. Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't see that Blob was on the 2 fielding side. The dream. The dream. Dang it, Blob. I would almost not even field the Blob, but I guess that's 2 affiliations you would like to have. Yeah, this is rough life here.
Rip over a Ant-Man.
Ripping an Ant-Man and just going to try to hang on till next turn, I think. There is lots of stuff. Well, that's not entirely true. Drew's going to be able to PXG 3 times, which is going to thin his use pile. We'll see what he pulls next turn. But really, if Drew fields Beholders next turn, 1 or 2, then I could see the Blob going back to the card. I could see Yanti going back to the card. I don't know what Raven's stats are. It looks maybe like 2-4 from here. I don't think a single... Yeah, 2-4. Kind of a fat bottom on oh, that's right. Drew will PXG 4 times thanks to Clayface.
Team up, which will do you 1 attune damage.
All right, 1 damage done to Drew, so he's not going to get the take no damage achievement. well played, Kim.
Team up will do that's 2, 4, 5 minus 1 is 4. So everybody's +4 +4. Yanti is unblockable at 7.
Okay, before you attack, I'm gonna use.
Sorry, priority. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So I'm gonna spend mass to Clayface in 2 mass.
There it is, and now there's 4
And then
PXGs.
I'm gonna spend 4 energy.
Well
on
played, Jordo.
PXG 4 times.
Man, really thinning that used pile.
8. And then I will pass back to
So I
you.
find it hard to believe that Drew fields no beholders next turn. Because I think
Okay,
we
yeah.
see all of his dice. Yeah, I think we see all of his dice right now.
5, 5, 7, 7. Sorry, 6, 6. Can't count. And
Now,
5.
knocking out this beholder is not the best play. I mean, I realize why she's doing this, but
Okay. So.
I feel like there's no
beyond
more.
2 can't be
Can I
blocked,
Red
so
Dragon
block
Global on my opponent's turn?
the-
I think you can do as much as you can. I think Red Dragon does not say once on your turn.
So I'm taking. How much?
Once per turn, yeah. So you can still pay it and deal 1 damage. You just can't buy an action die.
Well,
Like the,
let me take-
I think the effect will end at the end of turn.
I'll let the sidekick go through.
Okay, so that's another 5.
So I'm down to 7.
And so that's a 6, 6. What's your Raven? Yeah, I think I
2,
can
4. Yeah, they're both.
see it.
way
So,
over.
So Kim cleared field here, which is nice.
Okay, got 1 in my bag.
Now just trying to get risky here with again, if beholders get rolled, it's gonna be tough. There's 1 beholder. Only 1 beholder and 1 from the use. So if both of these get pulled, I imagine he'd use Hella Global twice. Kim's field would be empty, and he'd push through for all of it. Let's see. Oh, also rolled truce. So he could truce first before fielding anything. Kim would have to KO both of her characters. Drew would have to KO no characters because he has nothing in the field.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll.
Right, I don't think that's a stipulation of truce that you must do it. KO up to 2 characters you control. For each character you control. Oh, I lied. You have to do the KOs yourself to force your opponent to KO. But he could do it with sidekicks here. It wouldn't be a big deal. Also got 2 beholders. Insult to injury. I think that's gonna be it.
So I'm gonna spend a fist. Field Raven.
Nice.
Field all my sidekicks. I'm gonna field first beholder. To use the Hella Global to send your blob back to the card.
Blob gets sent back to the card into the Nether Realm.
I will use Villainous Pack for the other global.
Same thing's gonna happen, I imagine, with the other beholder.
And I will field that beholder. Use the Hella Global to send.
Can't use Villainous Pack anymore though because the prep area is not empty. Could just use Raven or Thor Global. Sorry.
And then I'm just gonna
Push it all.
with everything.
and probably have 12.
I
Yep,
think
I've got
that is 12.
17.
17.
And Beholders. It's crazy.
So good. Great game though.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah, that's just like the hardest thing to go around.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how you play around that. Maybe like Blackbird, the Hella Global, or something. But
Yeah, you would have to Blackbird it all the time though.
yeah,
Yeah.
every turn, 1 energy goes to that, which is just
Yeah.
a super big deal when PXG's there as well. So you can't really afford to give up 1 energy every turn.
Yeah.
But one niche thing about Clayface, I got excited, Kim, on the turn that you pushed with 5 or whatever, because I was saying I didn't realize that Blob was on his 2 fielding cost, but if he wasn't, you potentially could have bought Ant-Man and then Clayfaced him into the reserve pool and then parallaxed him and tried to field him that turn, which would have been
Oh yeah.
the ultimate team up play. But you didn't have enough energy. It made me sad.
Oh, I didn't even think
Never
about
actually
that.
thought about doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you bypass the bag and the prep area straight to the field.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, buy him, put him in the used, and then yeah, Clayface him over.
Clayface into the reserve, and then Parallax into the field.
My
So disgusting. That would have been these. I mean, that would have been 2 more affiliations, right? And then
Yes. Then he would have been unblockable if I could have spun him up.
Yeah.
One more energy.
Woof. Well, great game. It was fun to watch. And we'll see you guys back in the chat.
Yep. Thanks,
Yeah.
Drew.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Good game.